So, a recap of what's happened so far. We started off with nothing, then eventually grinded our way up, and made it to the end. Then from there we slayed thousands of zealots to eventually get some dragon armor and a blade forged from the dragons themselves. Then we said, nah, that armor sucks, and got better dragon armor. Then we killed voidglooms and eventually got E-Man level 4, unlocking a special armor that we can really only use for that boss. And then we slayed Bonds of Scarf and the Professor, now bringing us here with a new foe to face. Thor. Hey, right before I actually start the video real quick, I want to talk about how I wrote out the script. I got all the audio done, and I was editing this video before I realized, man, that audio was very bad. So I decided to go ahead and do a bare bones script, so they're all gonna be kind of like improv. So hopefully it doesn't turn out like absolute garbage. Anyways, let's get on to the video. So anyways, we have our goals for today, which will be 300 magical power, 25 minion slots, a juju, plus even 5, and to beat floor 4. Which makes sense, since that's kind of the entire goal of LonelyMAN. So first, we're going to get started off with auto slayers. Now that's not really a goal for today's video, it's more or less just kind of something that will make E-Man 5 just way less of a headache, since, well, how do I put it? It makes you want to take a toothpick and just kind of kick a doornail, and that's what it feels like when you have to menu for 10 hours straight, and it kind of sucks. Now, starting off with Rev, it was kind of just, just mindless. You just go into it and you do nothing but just that one thing for just a little while, and that's all it was for me. The biggest issue I kind of had at the time was just, not having a dwarf turtle shellman, which, it's annoying getting knocked back into a corner multiple times, and it's kind of sucky, but, it's fine, we all get to deal with it. Then moving on to Tarantula, which was, just big spooter. Sorry, Mike, why? Wow! Anyways, Tarantula, yeah, that's just a big spooter. It's nothing too bad, really. I think the biggest issue I had was just getting knocked around by, all the dudes and it having, twice as much XP, so it took twice as long, and it kind of sucked for that, but, it wasn't that bad, it was pretty okay, for the most part. Now, Sven was a weird one. So in that Howling Caves, that little section where you go, kind of just go for, like, getting the higher tier kills. It actually takes longer because so many people grind that area than just the castle area, where it has the lower tier mobs where you're supposed to go for like baby moves. And for some reason that one's just like the more used one. I don't know why, but like it's just way better. It's only 100 kills versus 50, or maybe I think it was 150. It's been a while. It's been like 2 months since then. Why is this cat meowing at me? It's a second cat. It's a different cat. Anyways, it goes from like 150 kills to, or something, I don't know. I forgot how many kills it was. It's been like 2 months since then. My brain's kind of foggy. I know in this time though, I actually dropped a legendary hound pet, which if I'm not mistaken is a 1 in 333,000 chance. So it's kind of cool. Except it's worthless since it's only used for wolf grinding, and I was already leveling up a pet at the time. So great. Well, that auto slayer's done. It was a pain to get. It took me 3 hours. Well, it's not that bad, but it's still pain. Still pain. All right, and then now we're on to E-Man grinding, which this one was done way more recently, since, well, in this time because before then I had a gap in between where I was getting done Dante Falling, which took me a week or two to get done. I don't know, I forgot how long it took me, but I was really slacking on it, like I've been with this video, hey! But yeah, starting off with E-Man grinding again, I was just kind of like picking up where I left off, just kind of like not thinking about it, I was just grinding zealots, and that's extremely inefficient, since you only get around, let's say, like 30 zealots per I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and that's only for 5 XP after you kill the voidgloom, which means you will just not at all get that. It'll take way too long. So then after getting only around, I think 500 XP at the time, I instead decided to just go for more just go for think about it type time, because I was not thinking about it at all. I should have thought about it, because it would have taken me around a month to get all of E-Man grinding done, and then get on the dungeons, which I was not going to do that at all. So I decided to just go for 9k kill Enderman, which I only planned to do it for one day, and then I said it like, I was like, no, I'm doing this for the rest of the grinding, of which I am glad I did, because it took me around, at least, bare minimum, 12 hours doing 9k kill Enderman, which, you know, a lot faster, but no good drops, basically. And so I did those for a while, but in between of this, I was getting kind of bored, getting very bored of doing Enderman grinding, all this stupid grindy, hanky doo-doo, bapa stoop. And I decided to go ahead and do the Mormera quest, which, if you don't know what that is basically a fetch quest. And it's an annoying one at that, because you have to give up items each time. It's annoying. Stop it, admin. Stop giving me items to give away so he can go and press his love. Let me marry Juliet, please. And, well, after doing all this, you know, I got, you know, got a little bored, you know. So I decided to do a thing I like to call a montage. Yeah, you like that? You like that? Yeah, but you do. Anyways, after that, you know, I just wanted to show you that because, you know, it's a, yeah, you can have, stop banging on my door! Oh yeah, so then, I forgot where I was at, montage, thing. After all that, and doing this, E-Man was getting done, and I was not feeling it. Cause keep in mind, every day I was getting 500 EXP done, and, well, let's just say, let's just say I didn't really stick to that very well, because I decided to, for 2 days, get 1,000 XP done, which took 3 hours for that day, which you may not, which isn't, again, it's not a whole lot, but I'm done with Skyblock. I am so done with Skyblock. In fact, the next video, it's going to be the same style as this, because I want it to be done so badly. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry it's going to be an unscripted mess like this video, but, you know, let's hope it turns out fine. Hey, Editor Insight here. I was going to show a clip of the juju here of me making it, but I forgot to record it. And I also, in turn, forgot to record the final bit of E-Man grinding, so that's just not there anymore. I'm sorry about that. Just a slight oversight, like by me not clicking the freaking record button, no BS, but yeah, that's why the clip isn't here. I'm very sorry. Alright, okay, get on with the video, me. So then after finishing up E-Man, I then decided, you know what, it's time for the dungeons grind, and that's not good. I had to take a bit of time to kind of like get the dragon essence from salvaging Enderman loot, since I got tons of that during the 9k kill Enderman grind, whatever it's called. I just call them 9k kill Enderman instead of just calling them Enderman because, well, I'm weird. Anyways, and then during this like kind of dungeon time where I was kind of like salvaging and all this stuff, I realized I hate menuing, which is why for the last, like the little, like, end bit of this video, I'll just do a little, like, blip, that's like, the minion slots, because, well, no one wants to see that, unless it's, like very well edited. Anyways, I started off dungeons with doing, floor 3, which, if you don't know, floor 3, for me, last video, took 30 minutes, and, well, that's not great. You know, 30 minutes for a floor 3, that's, you know, like around 10 times the average if I'm looking at it correctly. For an S+, I got S. Now again, it's kind of a big thing with me. I was really dreading that, even though I knew I could do it, you know. I just want to be there for another 30 minutes, but luckily for me, I did speed up my time by just, you know, double, because I used my ultimate instead of, you know, just not doing that. So that was nice. Then I started doing like some floor 2 grinding to get a scarf, of which I already had from last video, because I'm stupid baby boo boo. And then I accidentally got Kata 15 while grinding that. I did do tons of like floor 3s and everything. I did all that. But during a floor 2 grind, where I was like 1,000 XP or so away, where you only get like 300 on floor 2, I got Kata 15. Which I was not planning for, like, at all. I was very confused. I was like, what? Huh? How'd I do that? Anyways, then I was just doing my last bit of preparation by dungeonizing juju, getting my you know, brain ready for this. And then in the floor 4, like, kind of boss room area, I was I was thinking to myself, this is gonna be either a very painful fight or not, so I placed down my decoys and I was getting ready, and then I realized, wow, this is really underwhelming. Because Thorn, he's either the strongest boss, like, you know, stronger than Necron, or he's weaker than Bonzo. And in this instance, he was weaker than Bonzo, because if I gotta say it, you can literally cheese the entire fight by just sitting on this pedestal. And if you don't do that, you will die. That's the downside. And you know that intro part where I was like, oh wait, no, that was the previous intro, huh? Well, I'll show a little clip on screen how it's like I immediately die by getting killed by the chickens. That's floor 4 in full storm armor holding an Estrella. So if you don't know what an Estrella is, it's basically just Hyperion but with 1,000 extra defense on it. And I died in 3 hits. I will die in 1. So safe to say, I'm glad I did this glitch. And then of course I won. It was very bittersweet because I thought it'd be cooler, but it wasn't. Anyways, that's kind of all of today's video. I'm sorry it was a bit more unscripted than what I usually do. It's just my previous script was so bad. Like, I kept talking about the same things I was talking about before, and I was like, I don't know. I was trying to stretch it out for people. I wasn't doing. It was not a good script. And then while I was editing it, I was like, oh man, this is just garbage. This is garbage. I'm redoing it. And then that's how we're here. Anyways, next video, I'm gonna be doing all 3 bosses in that video. It's gonna be a bit more like this style where it's just unedited, just me talking to a microphone, staring at a script saying, like, that has like literally just 5 words on it. And that's about it. I guess I'll see you.